what if witches truly existed? Imagine walking down the lane, suddenly you've been turned into a frog or an insect maybe? Today, I, Nathaniel Losenzong, am happily sharing with you a book that reveals in its own unique way what witches would look like if they were real. The Witches, written by Rodal. Have you ever wondered about it? Allow me to take you into Rodal's imaginative world. The Witches. Now, who among avid readers have not heard of Rodal? A renowned British author of popular children's literature and short stories, a poet, a screenwriter, and a wartime fighter ace. Rodal is one of my favorite authors, as his pieces are unusually interesting, featuring peculiar characters and crafted with unexpected endings. This story, The Witches, starts by introducing a young boy and his grandmother. The boy's family met a tragic accident, leaving him being the sole survivor. At night, like bedtime story routine, the young boy's grandmother tells him about how witches are ugly and evil creatures that hate children and have a goal to get rid of all the children in the world. She describes witches as bald with squared feet, green fingers, and dark brown teeth, but having a keen sense of smell. Therefore, they always wear wigs to cover their bald heads, high heels to cover their squared feet, and gloves to hide their hands. The plot moves on with the boy and his grandma going to a hotel near a beach for a holiday. Leisurely, the boy walks around and enters a huge room. Out of the blue, a group of ladies enter the room, so the boy quickly hides inside a cupboard. It turns out the room is a meeting venue for all the witches, held by none other than the Grand High Witch. At one particular prominent part of the meeting, they even discuss a spell that can turn children into mice. Yes, you heard me right. Turn children into mice. The boy tries to escape, but all the doors have already been locked. There's no way out. At this point, if I were the boy, I would have already fainted. Towards the end of the meeting, one of the witches sniffs the scent of the boy. Imagine the suspense. Shortly after that, the poor young boy is captured and worse, turned into a rat. Despite being in the form of rat, he is still able to think like a normal person. He dashes to his grandma to explain what happened to her, and they form the plan. After some time, they come back. They somehow steal the potion that can turn people into rats and pour it into the witch's food. All the witches that have consumed the food are instantly turned into rats. Irony much? It is evidence of Rodal's witty, unique technique. The hotel staff beat all the rats to death, including their very grand high witch. The boy and grandmother duo soon continued their quest for the ultimate goal to get rid of all the witches in the world. This bewildering story, The Witches, was later adapted into two different films, one by Nicholas Roy in 1990 and later in 2020, directed by Robert Zemeckis. Nevertheless, reading the book first is always the best. Trust me, you'll be able to experience the author's perspective firsthand. And if some of you have noticed, I've always referred to the main character as the boy or the young boy. Why haven't I revealed his name? Go have a read and you'll find out. You won't regret it. On top of that, you will definitely have a change of perspective on the number of things after you read this story. This exquisitely intriguing story, The Witches, is truly one of my all-time favorite books, as the witches portrayed with unique features, unlike those witches of cliche myths or those typical witches tales that have been embedded in children's minds. From this book, surprisingly actually, I have learned that we must always listen to our elders. We may not like the elders' advice at first, but don't forget, there is always a reason behind those advices. Like in this book, had the young boy not listened to what his grandmother has told him about how to prevent getting targeted by a witch, he might have been turned into a frog, or worst case, beaten by the hotel staff instead of those witches. Friends, more often than not, obedience to our parents keep us safe. You don't want to be turned into a frog, do you? Thank you.